On the menu right now, Bearnaise sauce. Not Bearnaise, but Bearnaise with a little accent, right?
That's correct.
Chef Brian Hardy with Cook Street School of Culinary Arts is here to show us how to make it. This is another great sauce you can add to your dishes.
This is, and this is actually a takeoff of a French mother sauce, Hollandaise. So by adding other things to it, we get lots of other sauces. So the informing ingredient here is kind of tarragon. So we need to start off with some egg yolks, and this provides the thickening in this sauce.
Just the yolk?
Just the yolk.
Okay.
That goes right into our bowl here.
All right.
To that, I'm going to add a pinch of salt. And what we have here is called a white wine reduction. It started off its life as a couple of shallots, finely diced, a cup of white wine, and a quarter cup of tarragon vinegar. I reduced that down by about half or so, a little bit more than that even.
Okay, that's so this is going to be the vinegar.
It is exactly right. This is going to be the acid in this equation. And by getting a little bit in there, spoonful or two.
I was going to pour the whole thing.
Thank you. We actually raise the temperature at which those yolks scramble. So a little bit of scrambling insurance here.
Oh, okay.
Because now what we need to do is we have a pot of just barely simmering water here.
Okay.
We're going to take this egg mixture and I'm going to cook it over that gently simmering water until it gets nice and thick. This is going to take about a minute or so. We're really sanitizing the yolks, making them nice and stable.
Sure. So over boiling water.
Exactly right. Just using the gentle steam, because if not, we could scramble those eggs.
Okay.
So now I'm going to take my pot away from the stove. I'm going to cover that with a towel. And this is just going to help me keep this warm while I'm whisking in a healthy amount of melted butter. So the key thing here is to make sure your butter is nice and warm, between 120 and 140 degrees or so. So whisking vigorously, I'm going to drizzle in this oil. Another key step to this is just to make sure you don't add your fat in too quickly. We just want to really drizzle it in nice and slow.
What can happen if you dump it all in?
So the egg yolks really just can't accept it all at once. So you have to slowly add it in, wait for those eggs to accept that oil. If I ever see any oil or butter kind of pooling up around my eggs, I just stop adding, keep whisking, wait for it to become incorporated. And then I just keep whisking till I get all that butter in. Once we get all our butter in, we're then going to add some nice fresh chopped tarragon to this.
Can I play?
Please.
My mom will let me do this in the kitchen, actually. Nothing with knives, because I tend to cut myself for some reason, but this is much easier. Okay.
And that's really it. We have a nice finished product right here. We'd want to taste it, make sure we have a nice balance between the eggs and the butter. If it's too eggy, the eggs dry your mouth out. So you want it to actually act as a palate cleanser. The acid in there should make your mouth salivate. If your mouth is salivating and it tastes good, you're in the right part.
It smells so good. So what can you use this Bearnaise sauce with?
Sure. Classically, it's a nice steak accompaniment. It also goes really well with chicken. Chicken and tarragon make a nice combination. Even some salmon or a fish that can really stand up to that big sauce.
I know in the 7 o'clock hour we did this jam right here, right? What is this called again?
That's our tomato shallot jam.
Okay, that looks awesome too. All right, some great sauces that you can play with on this Sunday with your dishes. For the recipes, go to our website, thedenverchannel.com, click on food, and you'll find the first one, the tomato shallot jam, along with the Bearnaise sauce, both on our website. What's coming up in next half hour?
So next we're going to do some properly sauteed spinach.
Properly sauteed, that's the key.